Hey guys, so remember this video? Yeah, I posted that in April, and that was where me and Brooke got together and I read her the first lines of 5 books that I had chosen. She then ranked the books from least favourite to favourite based on those first lines, and I said, I'll do a reaction video to it once I finish those 5 books. It won't take long. We're now in August and I've only just finished. But I've finished, so it is time for the reaction video. From that video, Brooke ranked 5 books. She ranked The Store by James Patterson, The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow, My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult, Sleepers by Lorenzo Carcaterra, and The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon by Stephen King, which I actually don't have anymore. She ranked them from best to worst, and the order of ranking, I'm trying to remember now, I should have written it down, you fool. The order of ranking was 5th, was The Store, then 10,000 Doors, then My Sister's Keeper, then it was The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, then it was Sleepers. So Brooke predicted Sleepers would be my all-time favourite, just based off the first line alone. All-time favourite based out of these 5, not all-time favourite in life. And we're going to see how she did. I think it is safe to say this was not a good choice. I didn't enjoy any of these books. I actually hated them all. I DNF'd 2. I would have DNF'd more apart from the fact that I thought I can't do this challenge and DNF over half of the books, so I had to finish 3 of them. And the ones that I did finish, I was just really disappointed with. So, I'm going to take you from 5th to 1st and let you know how I did. So, Brooke rated The Store as the 5th least liked book. She thought that would be the one I liked the least. Thought it was going to be a bit of a basic bitch line. The first line of the book is... She said it was just a very standard thriller one. It was, I can't stop running. Not now, not ever. And she said, that's a bit basic. It's what you see in every sort of thriller book. I don't really like that. So I'm going to rank that least, which is cool. Fair enough. Safe to say that one did not hit my 5th spot. My 5th and least liked book out of all of them was The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, which is actually what Brooke rated as 2nd. Just based on the fact that I didn't finish it. It was a DNF, and of the 2 that I DNF'd, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon is the one I DNF'd because I was bored and I didn't enjoy it. So I thought that was the likeliest candidate to be the 5th worst one, because I did try and I thought, I hate it so much. Then 4th, Brooke rated The 10,000 Doors of January, which was, when I was 7, I found a door. 4th place, she was wrong again. In 4th place was actually Sleepers, which was Brooke's top one. She thought this was going to be the one I enjoyed the most. And to be fair, there is a good chance that that was the case, had I completed it. This was the 2nd one I DNF'd because its content is all about child abuse and sexual assault, physical assault, mental assault on children, and that's a very big thing for me. At the time of filming, I didn't know that was a thing. Like, I didn't know that that was a content warning I was going to be looking out for. I kind of realised it a bit in, was it May? I'm going to say May, when I read Don't Tell Mummy, and I realised this is really heavy, I don't like this. And then I read similar topics when I read My Dark Vanessa. And when I read that, I realised that this is not a topic I can read about. It makes me very uncomfortable, it makes me very ill, I can't do it. And then this one came about, and it was about the exact same thing. And I realised quite early on, and I said, look, I'm sorry, I have to DNF it. I didn't know that that was what it was about. I think I knew from when I read the back during that last video, but I didn't know it was a trigger for me then. So when I came to pick it up, I didn't know what it was about. I completely forgot, and I read about it, and I was like, oh, no. So in the end, I DNF'd this one as well. Then in third place, Brooke chose My Sister's Keeper. And she was correct. This was dreadful. This is the one I wanted to DNF the most of all of them. I was so close to DNFing this. The only reason I didn't is literally because I DNF'd 2 already, and I thought, oh, I can't do that again, because this was the very last book I read. And this, I haven't told you anything about these books. If you want to know what these books are about, go watch the last video, because it's all in there. There's no point repeating it. This is just a reaction. This was third place because I thought the story was interesting. I really love the idea of a young girl who has been specially created to give like donations of her body to her sister to keep her alive. And I thought that sounds really interesting. I'm going to really love that concept. I'm on board. I want to read it. And I knew, because I'd seen the film, I knew it was quite hard hitting. But it was awful. The mother's treatment of this main daughter, Anna, was disgraceful. It was very clear that the mum did not care in the slightest about her daughter. She cared about the one daughter she thought had value, who was the one sadly dying of cancer. And this other daughter is literally just the spare parts. She has no care for her whatsoever. And I've seen people try to say, well, she does, but in that situation, you're probably not thinking straight. And I'm like, no. No matter what, the treatment of that girl was disgraceful. To the point where when she found out that her daughter didn't want to donate organs anymore, her first reaction was not to worry or stress or cry or say what's going on or say I'm sorry. Her first reaction was to slap her daughter in the face and say, how could you do this? Which is disgraceful. And I hated it. I hated reading it. I had to actually read it on audiobook because I couldn't physically get through this book because I hated it that much. And then the ending was such a cop-out ending and I was furious even more. It got a 2-star rating from me. I was not happy with this. So this was a very close DNF, which is why it had to rank higher than the ones I'd actually DNF'd. But it was very much bottom of the list because I hated it so much. And then in second place, Brooke ranked The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Obviously, she was wrong because The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon was a DNF. Sorry, that took a while to get out. Instead, second place for me, The Store. This was second place for me because I felt as though the concept was very strong. It just didn't deliver. Like, the story and the premise was really interesting, but it just didn't work. It didn't amount to anything. The ending was one of the biggest letdowns and the biggest anticlimaxes I'd ever read. It was horrible. And I honestly thought I would love this because it's James Patterson and it's a thriller. No. I did not like this at all. I was actually really disappointed. And getting to the end, I thought, oh, I feel cheated. Because there was even parts of this where you saw... this is spoiler territory, so I'm going to try and be careful. You saw people... you saw people's motivations change, and you thought, oh no, wow. And then that didn't even amount to anything. There was no big resolution for that. And I was just like, oh, right. So I was upset with it. Which means in first place, when Brooke ranked Sleepers, the winner was actually the 10,000 Doors of January, which only got a 3-star rating. This was actually a really good story, which is why it's in first place. I loved the story for this. I just didn't like the writing style. I knew it was going to be flowery writing after I bought the book, so I didn't expect to love it as much as I actually should have. I was going to say as much as I did, and I thought I didn't, so that's a lie. Yeah, the writing style really threw me off. It was very flowery writing, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. I felt as though at some points the author was very pretentious as well. Like, there was a part, which I'm going to try and find, because I just point it out all the time now, and I'm just like, lol. The writing tab literally says, unnecessarily pretentious. And it says... So this quote, I'm going to read it out. It might be a little bit long, and I'm sorry about that. But it annoyed me because it was just so unnecessarily pretentious. It is also customary to supply a name when introducing a new character, but the name of a world is a more elusive creature than you might suspect. Consider how many names your own Earth has been assigned. In how many different languages? Erd, Midgard, Tellus, Ard, Ua, and how absurd it would be for a foreign scholar to arrive and give the entire planet a single title. Words are too complex, too beautifully fractured to be named, but for the sake of convenience we may loosely translate one of the world's names, the Written. You just wrote a big paragraph about you can't possibly... How can someone just come in and give something such a name? It's so complex, it's been given so many names. How can one other person come in and give it a name? But to make it easier, here's a name. Like, really? You've literally... Oh, it angered me so much. It was literally the author just saying, if I write a bit of fancy schmancy stuff, I might get a bit of an award for this book. And it didn't work. It was crap. It was unnecessarily pretentious and it annoyed me. The story was good. That is as much as I can say. The story was very good. It was just ridiculously written. I felt it was overly descriptive, unnecessarily descriptive, and there were parts where the writing style was actually just quite to the point, and I was like, oh, good, keep doing this. I like this. Keep going. And it didn't keep going. But when it did, I was really enjoying the story, and I realized at the end, this story is actually really interesting, and I really like it. I just didn't like how it was written because I got bored reading it because of how it was written. So at the end of this video, I think we have established that this was a bad months. This was a bad challenge. I picked some of the worst books for me that I could possibly read. And I realise now, I started early and I picked books that, for example, My Sister's Keeper I thought would be quite popular until Brooke told me she'd never heard of it. Sleepers was a book I'd wanted to read for so long. 10,000 Doors of January was quite hyped. I tried being quite diverse with what I chose, and that bit me in the arse because I didn't like anything. So next time I do this, I am going to just do like a thriller edition because I know I'll read thrillers a lot quicker, which means I'll get through them in less than like 6 months. And I'm going to pick books that I actually think I will enjoy and let someone rank them there. And that is this reaction video. If you have read any of these books and you have any opinions and you would have ranked them differently, please let me know. If you want any more information on these books, like I said, feel free to go back and watch the original video because I do describe all of the blurb, but feel free to leave a comment below or message me if you want any information on these books because I am more than happy to let you know about these books and give you my personal opinion on whether they are worth reading based on your taste. Because based on my taste, no. If you have similar taste to me, no. If you have different tastes, maybe so, and it might be worth it. And that is it from me. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed and click the bell so you're always notified. Give me a thumbs up, and most importantly, please comment because the comments mean everything, and then when people don't comment, I get very sad. So please make sure you comment. And until next time, guys, I will see you later.